Think your refrigerator is the ultimate food preservation machine. What if I told you that for some of the most nutritious foods in your kitchen, the fridge is a nutritional demolition zone? We've been taught that cold equals fresh. But for a surprising number of pantry staples, that cold, humid box is actively stealing their flavor, destroying their texture, and most importantly sapping them of the very vitamins and antioxidants you're counting on for your health. Stick with me for the next 18 minutes, and I'll not only show you the 10 biggest offenders you need to liberate from your fridge today, but I'll also give you a simple, step-by-step storage guide you can use to transform your food's quality and nutritional value. And wait until you see what happens to food number 4 at a microscopic level. It's a game changer. So, what's really going on here? It's not that your fridge is evil. It's that we're reusing a one-size-fits-all solution for foods that evolved in wildly different environments. Our central thesis today is this: optimal food storage isn't about maximum cold, it's about matching the food's natural habitat. Many of the foods we'll talk about are from warm, dry, or temperate climates. Thrusting them into a near-freezing, humid environment is a form of shock. It triggers defensive mechanisms, shuts down ripening processes, and in some cases, even creates new, less healthy chemical compounds. Throughout this video, we're going to move beyond just "don't refrigerate this." We're going to explore the why, the fascinating science of food degradation, and then give you the how actionable, better storage solutions. I'll even show you a genius trick for one specific fruit that will save you money and waste forever. But before we get to our first food, a quick request. If you've ever pulled a mushy onion or a flavorless tomato from your fridge and wondered what went wrong, you're in the right place. Give this video a like, it really helps the channel, and let's dive in. 1. The tuber trick: potatoes and sweet potatoes. Let's start underground. Potatoes and sweet potatoes are built to last through seasons in cool, dark, dry soil. Your fridge is cold and dark, but it's also humid. This humidity encourages sprouting and rotting. But the bigger issue is the cold itself. When raw potatoes get too cold, an internal process begins where their complex starches convert into simple sugars. This doesn't just make them oddly sweet. When you then bake or fry these sugary potatoes, the high heat causes a chemical reaction that can significantly increase the formation of a compound called acrylamide. While the research is ongoing, many health organizations recommend limiting dietary acrylamide. Better storage: a cool, dark, and dry place is key. A pantry cabinet, a basement shelf, or a breathable paper bag in a cool closet is perfect. Keep them away from onions and garlic, they're bad neighbors that make each other spoil faster. 2. The bread blender. This one feels counterintuitive. Surely the fridge prevents mold. It does, slowly, but at a huge cost. Refrigeration is like a fast-forward button for lignin. It's a process called starch retrogradation. The cold causes the moisture in the bread's starch structure to be pushed out and the crystals to realign, making the bread hard and crumbly far faster than at room temperature. You're trading a slight delay in mold for guaranteed staleness. Better storage: a bread box or a cool, dry spot on your counter is ideal for a loaf you'll finish in a few days. For long-term storage, your freezer is your best friend. Freezing locks in the starch structure. Just slice it first and toast slices straight from frozen. 3. The allium family: onions and garlic. Onions and garlic are the hardy survivors of the vegetable world. They have their own protective, papery skin. The fridge's humidity breaks down that defense, making them soft, mushy, and prone to mold. Furthermore, that cold, moist environment can cause the starches in onions to convert to sugars, ruining their sharp, savory flavor. For garlic, the cold can trigger premature sprouting, and that green, bitter shoot in the center is a sign its prime flavor is fading. Better storage, a mesh bag, or a wire basket in a cool, dark, well-ventilated spot is their paradise. Remember the rule: keep them away from your potatoes. And a pro tip: once you cut an onion, the game changes. Then, you should refrigerate the leftover in a sealed container and use it within a few days. 4. The tropical misfits, bananas and avocados. Remember our thesis: match the natural habitat. Bananas and avocados are tropical fruits. They've never experienced a 38 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius day in their evolutionary history. Putting them in the fridge is like throwing them into hibernation shock. For bananas, the cold damages the cell walls, causing them to leak and turn black. It also halts the ripening process, preventing them from developing their full sweetness and nutrient profile. Avocados are the same. A hard, unripe avocado will never ripen in the fridge. It will just become a cold, hard, tasteless rock. Better storage: always ripen them at room temperature. Here's that genius trick I promised. To speed up ripening, place them in a paper bag with an apple. The apple emits ethylene gas, a natural ripening agent. To slow it down, separate the bananas at the stem. Once ripe, you can briefly refrigerate them for a day or two to extend their life, but the skin will darken. 5. The condiment conundrum. Olive oil and honey. Honey is a natural preservative. Archaeologists have found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs. Refrigeration forces it to crystallize into a thick, grainy paste, making it difficult to use and dulling its complex flavors. Olive oil is similar. The fridge will cause it to become cloudy and solidify. While this isn't harmful, the constant chilling and warming can degrade its delicate flavor compounds and antioxidants over time. Better storage: both belong in a cool, dark cupboard, safe from light and heat. If your honey does crystallize, simply place the jar in a bowl of warm water to gently return it to its liquid glory. We're just over halfway through, and we've already covered some of the most common kitchen mistakes. If this is making you rethink your fridge organization, give this video a thumbs up. It genuinely helps us create more content like this. Now, let's get into the 3 foods where the science gets really fascinating. Starting with the #1 flavor killer for chefs everywhere. 6. The chef's nemesis: tomatoes. If there's one thing every professional chef agrees on, it's this: never, ever refrigerate tomatoes. Why? Because cold temperatures permanently disable the tomato's ability to produce its flavor compounds. It's not just that the cold makes them mealy. It actually stops the ripening process dead in its tracks. The enzymes that create that sweet, acidic, quintessential tomato flavor become dormant. Worse, it breaks down the membranes inside the tomato, giving you that grainy, watery texture. You're left with a red object that looks like a tomato, but tastes like nothing. Better storage: always on the counter, stem side down to minimize moisture loss. Keep them out of direct sunlight. If they are perfectly ripe and you need an extra day, then the fridge is a last resort. But know you're sacrificing flavor for shelf life. 7. The aromatic sponge. Coffee. Your expensive whole bean coffee is a treasure trove of volatile oils and aromas. Your refrigerator is a treasure trove of last night's leftovers. Coffee is porous, meaning it acts like a sponge for odors. Storing it in the fridge can make your morning brew taste like garlic, cheese, and mystery. Additionally, the condensation that forms when you take it in and out introduces moisture, which leads to stale and flat flavors. Better storage. An airtight, opaque container in a cool, dark cupboard is perfect. Buy in smaller quantities you can use within 2 weeks. For long-term storage of more than a month, the freezer is a better option, but only if you portion it out so you never thaw and refreeze the same beans. 8. The stone fruit family, peaches, plums, nectarines, like their tropical cousins. Stone fruits need room temperature to reach their juicy, flavorful potential. Refrigerating them before they're ripe results in a dry, woolly textured, and bland disappointment. The cold interrupts the sugar development process. Better storage. Let them ripen on the counter until they yield slightly to a gentle squeeze and smell fragrant. Once ripe, if you aren't ready to eat them, you can move them to the fridge to slow down further ripening for a day or two. 9. The melon mystery. Cantaloupe and watermelon whole, uncut melons are another surprise. Studies have shown that storing whole melons at room temperature not only allows them to fully develop their antioxidants, but actually helps increase their overall nutrient levels. Refrigerating a whole melon puts this process on pause. Once you cut it, however, it becomes a perishable food and must be refrigerated. Better storage. Keep whole melons on the counter. Once cut, store the pieces in an airtight container in the fridge. 10. The delicate herb, basil. This is our bonus pro tip. Basil is a delicate herb that hates the cold. Refrigeration will quickly turn its vibrant green leaves black and slimy. Better storage. Treat it like a bouquet of flowers. Trim the stems and place them in a glass of water on your counter. Loosely cover it with a plastic bag. It will stay fresh and fragrant for days. So, let's do a quick recap. We're liberating from the fridge the tubers, potatoes, and sweet potatoes, the bread, the alliums, onions and garlic, the tropical fruits, bananas and avocados, the pantry staples, honey and olive oil, the flavor kings, tomatoes and coffee, the summer fruits, stone fruits and melons, the delicate herb, basil. By making these simple changes, you'll experience more flavorful meals, reduce food waste, and get the maximum nutritional benefit from the healthy foods you buy. If this guide saved you from a future mushy tomato or a flavorless cup of coffee, then subscribing to the channel is the best way to say thanks. We break down the science of everyday life to help you live smarter. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss our next video. Now I want to hear from you. What was the most surprising food on this list for you? Are you going to change how you store anything? And do you have any of your own food storage pro tips? Drop your thoughts, stories, and questions in the comments below. I read every single one and do my best to reply. We have a fantastic community of curious people there, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Thanks for watching. Remember, it's not just what you eat, it's how you keep it. See you in the next one.